X-Men Apocalypse. Well, the X-Men Apocalypse, let's go into it. This is spoiler free. I'm not going to go into any spoilers or anything like that. So let's just stay with what we know. That's fair enough. And for what we know, when this movie starts off, you're basically seeing a long, drag-out storyline of the origin of Apocalypse. They want to introduce it. You know, you're seeing what happened to him in the past, where he is now, and then they kind of bridge into where Magneto is now. He's in Poland, living a good life, living a different life, staying quiet. Xavier's school is doing well. And this setup is something that you would see in the bonus section of a DVD, Blu-ray or something. It's so long. And I'm like, oh no, here we go. Batman versus Superman all over again. Is Zack Snyder in here influencing this? I mean, it was so like, we gotta really make this epic. Like, we're gonna build up and build up and build up. And finally, after 5,700 years, Apocalypse is free, and he's going on this talent recruit until he finds the 4 strongest individuals that he could find to start the apocalypse and wipe out the world. And Oscar Isaac is an amazing actor, but this character limited him as to what he could do. I mean, mostly everything he did was with his eyes. They distorted his voice, so we really couldn't tell what was being said. If you think you've heard his voice on the commercials and the trailers, no, you have not. I mean, he does look a little bit better once you watch the actual film. He looks entirely different, you know. So before he was looking like Faker He-Man with battle armor. Now he looks a little different. He looks more gritty. And then you have a situation where the other mutants are in the play, but the best is still McAvoy, who's Professor X, and Magneto. The dialogue between them alone was outstanding. You know, Quicksilver once again steals the show. All his scenes are great. They could just make the movie about him and it would work out perfectly. You know, and I'm not going to spoil anything. It was some things that were cool and some things that were not cool that just missed the mark. And I feel like Mystique's character is one character that the series could do without at this point, because unless they get someone that can really play her well, Jennifer Lawrence to me seemed like she was on a no-show job. I mean, a lot of people loved her performance. She doesn't move like Mystique. Like, this is not a Mystique that we're used to seeing. Like, we compare her to the Rebecca Romijn Mystique. You know, somebody who moves with grace, elegance, and very comfortable in her skin. This is the younger version of her, and I guess this is what she's not. She's just like, whatever. You know, like, give me a beer, Bob. You know, like that type of... Her posture is just not Mystique. So, you lose it at that point. But it takes you so long to get into the events of what's going on till you see that scene with Magneto when he's in the forest. And then from that point on, it starts to like the plane is going up. Like, okay, here we go. The action's going to start. Things are starting to take over. And it doesn't happen. I mean, it misses mark so much in this film that is so hard not to pick out. Cyclops is like one scene and out. Whatever you seen on the trailer, that she's like basically one fight, I'm done. People are in there like, hey, I'm here. Just want to say I was here. I'm out. And I'm like, what? It's, they messed up this film. And Apocalypse Power is just like, I don't know, he's like the mummy. You know, it's like, I could turn stuff into sand, and I could turn sand into other things. It's like, is he the Sandman? Is he the mummy? What is happening here on the screen? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, but to me, you got me ripping this movie to shreds. But that's because the expectations were so high for this. This is Apocalypse. This is what you've been working towards. To get to this level and drop an A. I mean, it blows my mind. I mean, they're going to go forward with this, and they're going to, this is like a bridging, like Star Wars, the introduction to the newer characters. So, the Jean Grey character, which was, I thought they would done it well. You saw Storm, she had a lot more roles than Halle Berry did. You know, a lot more fight scenes and parts where she's actually doing something. So, that was better. You know, it was a lot of females doing a lot of work in here. But they missed their mark. I guess they were just trying to compensate for so much. And it just really didn't fly too well. And overall, I give it a 2 out of 4 stars. It's a 2-star movie. I mean, after you watch it once, if you go back and watch it again, that would be probably a lot. This is on the status quo of Batman vs. Superman. And this is what I say about Batman vs. Superman and why Civil War works and is going to make like $1 billion at the box office and be a hit. And these films will probably scrape the surface. It's when you walk out of Civil War, you say, I can't wait to see this again. When you walk out of X-Men Apocalypse and Batman vs. Superman, you say, man, I wonder what they're going to do in the next one. You're not thinking about that film anymore. When you walk out of Civil War, you're thinking about what just happened in Civil War. And when you're going back to see it again. And who's going with you. That's how a movie does $800 million. And movies like this is going to be hot and phase out. Can't fool the public. Anyway, that's my review of X-Men Apocalypse without spoiling the film. So I guess Apocalypse, we won't see him for another 5,700 years. I'm out.